Hey there guys, this is Nate again with Aubit Sound, and today I'm going to teach you the theory of the Chainsmokers. I want you guys to really understand how melodies and chords are connected. So let's delve into that. This is really interesting. So this progression tends to do some pretty weird stuff where the bass jumps a lot, which is this thing down here, which sounds kind of cool. That's a fifth. I believe this key is B minor. Yeah. So this chord is a this is an E minor chord, but the melody drops. Heck yeah. This progression is a bit more modern. I want to tell you guys now, there was a progression of music in general, like throughout time. And a lot of like this stuff, like the was sort of like Bach. Like Bach is where we get our theory from. Like we assume, okay, this note goes to this one because it sounds good in Bach's music, and Bach just knew what he was doing. I know you've heard the name Bach. I'm sure of it. Phenomenal guy. 10 out of 10. Look at his stuff. See if you can learn anything from him. You'll probably listen to some stuff and be like, oh, I recognize that progression, because all pop progressions come from Bach. I kid you not. As far as this goes, this is modern. And it's modern because if you listen to it, it sounds, it doesn't sound as functional. We're just going to use that word, functional, as the other progression. Right? Because what's happening is we have an E minor chord, but the B is the bass instead of E being the bass. The B is the bass. Honestly, that's all there is to it. For me, I don't know how much thought they put into their progressions, but I think for me, this sounds a lot more intense than obviously an E compared to. And you start to develop an ear for, intensity and softness and progressions as you go along. That being said, I want you guys to really pay attention to where the top note and the bottom note tend to be played within the song. Yeah, his vocal melody, check this out. If we take this melody and throw it in here, you see all these notes that start canceling out. So the melody follows the progression of the chords very particularly, but at the same time, we have these passing tones in here that kind of accent the chord. Makes sense? Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. And that being said, I just want you guys to pay attention to that, because that's all there is to it, really. You have little notes that accent the chord within the key. Continuing on to Inside Out, we have this melody now, right? I wanted to put some melody in there similar to the original song so you can hear like where everything is placed. We have, so the bass, this is called figure bass, where the bass is not the root of the chord. That's something that's very important, and I think everyone should be using. If I were to now, that sounds pretty good too, but personally, I like how the Chainsmokers took that bass note in the melody. And that starts to sound muddy, see? So we just get rid of that. So we have the 4 to the 1 in first inversion, and then the 5. So 4, wow, 4, 1, 5, that's interesting. But even more so, I'm going to take it a step farther. We have the 4, 1, 5. However, we have the 4 over 1. Then we've got the 1 over 3. And then we have the 5 second inversion, because technically it's this, but like, as you can see, do you see it? It's done in a fancy way where the bass still is lower, so it has 4 notes. And that's pretty much it as far as the Chainsmokers goes. A lot of people have given them a lot of flack for their progressions and their repetitiveness, but for one, they've already branched out of that quite a bit with Sick Boy, and even Everybody Hates Me. Everybody Hates Me was pretty cool. If you guys want to know that progression, I'll just tell you right now. It's the 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's it. I want to encourage you guys to really look into harmonic principles. Harmonic principles are really cool. It's where you can go in and understand, okay, this note has these notes above them, right? Mess around with the white keys, you know? And then if you want, transpose it. Let's go to B flat. We're in C. So C, B, B flat. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already hearing Inside Out in that. See, I'm just throwing notes in there and it works. It's magic. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like I rambled quite a bit. There's so much more that I am now realizing I want to expand on, and I'm sure that we'll do that in a later tutorial. But that being said, those are the Chainsmokers chords. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you later.